anybody who is joining for the first time today? Because we are receiving emails that they are interested to join. So just I'm telling that it is already 4 lectures is over, and those who have so far joined, I think will not take any further enrollment. Otherwise, it's not good because you have not attended almost 4 classes. So far on this research methodology, we have taken 2 classes. In the first class, we learned about basically basic definitions of science, research, invention, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and the interconnection between them. That was the motivation of the first lecture. Then in the second lecture, in general, we discussed how research is done, how one selects his guide, and what is the responsibility of a supervisor and responsibility of student, how to overcome failures, how to work in a group, how to own your work, and how do you know that you have made a significant contribution. All those things we discussed in our second lecture. Today, we'll be going to learn on basic understanding of the research methodology subject. So today I will go slowly. I hope that my voice is not creating any problem for you to understand. So I will go slow, and I will also go on writing to bring clarity to what we are discussing. So today we are going to learn on basic understanding of research methodology. Today's lecture will be very important. So the things we are going to learn are the following. Research methodology, will define it and try to understand what exactly it means. Then also we'll learn types of research, what is the basic and what is the purpose of doing basic or applied research, and what is the context, and so on and so forth. We'll more detail will learn this. Then the third thing we are going to learn is research processes. This has got 6 steps of which we are going to this research process, which has got 6 different steps. 6 different steps. 6 different steps. That also we learn in detail. Let me start with defining research methodology. We will understand the concept first. What is the concept? Let me write this. The definition of research methodology is the specific procedures or techniques used to identify, select, process, and analyze information about a topic. So let me write down because this is a very important statement. The research methodology is the specific procedures or techniques used to identify, select, process, and analyze informations about a topic or issue. Can we go to next? The most important part of it part of it it follows a scientific investigation principles. You remember in the first lecture we learned what is scientific. So the most important part of research methodology is that it follows a specific investigation principle. I follow the scientific investigation principle. We learn about it in the now we are going to learn all about it. As I told you, research methodology in definition is a specific procedures or techniques used to identify. The first ingredient of research methodology is identify. This is the first ingredient. Whether a new problem or extend a body of problem if the problem already exists or it is going to come in the future, that will be your topic of research. In all cases, you have to identify your topic. So identification is the first ingredient of research methodology. Whether a problem is new or it is a already or extension of a existing problem or it is going to come in future. In all cases, you have to identify your topic. That is the first ingredient. Identify your topic of research. Then the second ingredient as per our definition is select. Suppose when you are doing a research to solve a problem, you need evidence. So evidence in the form of data you have to collect. So second ingredient is evidence. In the form of data. Evidence in the form of data. That is your second ingredient. And your data, can be of different type. It can be numerical data or it can be a survey type. You can talk to people and get their opinion, yes, no type. So they will have different type. So the third ingredient as per our definition of research methodology, first is identify, select, and process. You have now, as evidence, you have collected data. Now you have to analyze those data. So third ingredient is analysis of collected data. In an experiment, you collect a huge number of data. If you look high energy physics experiments, they collect terabytes of data. But then there are some statistical procedure we follow to develop some indices or measure to summarize the data collected. Like, what you do, you have to, because large number of data is there, to give some meaning, you calculate what is known as the mean or variance. You have to do statistical analysis to your data. Indices and measure are basically parameters like a mean, media, mode, or variance. That way you can summarize your data collected. Both qualitative and quantitative analysis is carried out through what is called correlation and regression. Suppose you are collecting one independent parameter and one dependent parameter. You can always see the correlation between them. And the regression will give you basically the strength of the correlation. So the fourth ingredient, as per our definition, is identify, select, process, and analyze information. Fourth ingredient is dissemination or so you selected a problem as evidence, you collected data and you analyze the data. Now is the time you analyze the data, extract the information in a meaningful way to get meaningful result. And dissemination means you have to make your invention or discovery to know maximum number of people, so that people should know what you are doing. Suppose you have done something, you have to inform people. So the research methodology is overall theory how research is done. So all these four ingredients, they come in research methodology. It discusses every aspect of research, starting from research question to writing up the final result. We'll be discussing about this. We'll discuss about this. What we are going to discuss is the theory of how research should be undertaken. Research methodology basically is teaching how research should be undertaken. So the next thing what I'm going to tell you is types of research. As I listed earlier, that means we are going to study these things. So next is types of research. Before that, let me tell you what is research method and research methodology. Something called research method. I have told you what is research methodology. Is various processes that we undertake to do research. But what is research method? The technique and procedure used to obtain data. A research method is basically the technique and procedure used to obtain data. How you design your experiment. Sometimes research term research is sometimes misused without any issue, without any problem, simply collecting facts or information without clear purpose or issue. That is not research. It's very important. Just collecting data without any purpose is not research. Research has always got a clear purpose or issue, or it has a it's very important. Research has clear objective slash. Okay, this is very important. You must always know this. Research is defined as creation of new knowledge and or use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodologies, and understanding to find a solution to a problem. See, let us understand what is, before we go to types of research, let us clearly understand. One thing we learned that research has clear objective and purpose, and research is defined as the creation of new knowledge. Let me also write down this. Research is defined as Creation of new knowledge and or the use of existing knowledge in क्या होगा ये in a knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodology, and understanding to find solution to a. This is interesting. Sometimes, some idea in particular branch of science, maybe if you apply in other branch of science, you may get some new result. That may develop a new understanding. So in that sense, that is what it's telling. You can also use existing knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodology, and understanding to find solution to a problem. Just recording and reassembling of facts, informations without interpretation is not research. You must understand that. Suppose you want to buy a new car. So you list down various models of the car. What are the options they are offering? In that sense, you cannot say that I have done a research on, on various cars. You have just, accumulated all the informations. Because just recording or accumulating facts or information without interpretation. If you say that why one car mileage is less than other, if you are studying something like that, then you say you are adding some new knowledge. But just gathering information is not science. So the research methodology is a very wide term. Starts with research question. In this case, we are will be following with all steps that is there in research methodology. Let me now, at this stage, classify research. Next page. Research classification. Research can be basically classified in two parts. Let me write down this. Research set objective. This can be basic or applied. What is basic research? This is a common problem faced by humanity, or it has got universal relevance, or trying to improve existing body of knowledge. Similarly, applied research, it has limited objective. While basic research, it's a common problem faced by humanity. The basic research can affect the whole humanity, but applied research has very limited objectives, where you are facing problem, trying to solve. So that is basic, particularly, organization like a Department of Atomic Energy, major activities applied. Because when you say I'm working for atomic energy, that means your objectives is focused to atomic energy programs. So let us see what is the purpose of doing basic and applied research. Suppose let me write basic and applied. What is purpose? Purpose is expand knowledge. Whereas applied, improve understanding, in the problem faced. This results into a solution of problem. Finding of critical relevance. And costs are high. Applied research always you have to spend more. And here, expanding knowledge and finding that has significance and value to society. And if you look the contest, in which contest, this is the purpose, you will see the contest. Which contest you do basic research, it will be mainly done in universities. The choice of topic and objective do not need, is very important, need to consult any organization. Time scale is flexible. You can take your own time and do this if you are doing basic research. But when it comes to applied research, it can be done by university or organization. Mostly it is done by people mostly based in organization. Mostly based on organization. Objectives are set by originator and management. In this case, your objectives, your choice of topic and objective, that will be decided by management of the organization. And always there is a tight time limit. Like, COVID, it was required in a very short time, so that was done. So, and it was decided, your objective will be decided by management or in negotiation with management or originator of the objective in consultation management. You see, if you are doing a basic research, then you don't have to consult with organization. You can set your own objective. But if you are working on applied research, then you have to consult the originator of the or the researcher has to consult with management to set the objective, because this involves money. In applied research, requires a lot more money. Okay, go to the next page. So now we are clear about research method and research methodology and we are also now clear research type like basic research and applied research. So I have written the today's topics we are going to cover is research methodology, types of research. These two now we have completed. So the last part what we are going to study today is research processes. Now we are going to study the this is the last part. That means the various stages or various steps of research methodology. In this research process, we are going to discuss the six-step process. Six-step process. We follow we follow in our scientific research. You may be doing a qualitative or quantitative or descriptive research. In any form of research, we have to follow the six steps that we are going to discuss. This is the backbone of the subject research methodology. This six-step process is the backbone of the subject So these six-step processes are the backbone of research methodology. This gives the basic understanding of research methodology subject and various stages of research methodology. The very first one in the research processes is what is known as the first step. First step process is formulating and clarifying a topic. This is the starting point of your research. Whatever will be your research topic, that is the first thing. It can be basic or applied. More clear is the objective, more clear will be the results. It is the most important part of the research. Formulating and clarifying a topic is the most important part of the research. You must narrow down the field. It must be latest. Always the field you are selecting for research, the field you are selecting search must be must be latest. And if you do research, it's always advisable to take a latest problem. That's always important. Then identifying the research question. Then once you have a research topic, then you have to identify the research question. What exactly is your problem? it should not be very broad. Your research question should not be very broad. For this, you go to the literature, find out the gap area and challenges. You can see what are the challenges in this area. Then choose topic or area you like rather than your friends and parents. Once you have selected a topic or area of research, that must come from you. You don't select a field or topic that somebody suggested you, because research is a personalized things. And so you find a area that you are interested in. That's a very important. So the first step, as I told you, formulating and clarifying a topic is a very important when you are going for research. The next process is reviewing literature. You have to review literature. You have to see and identify what has been already done or not done. Find your topic has significant gap in knowledge. Suppose the topic you have selected, you must find there is significant gap in knowledge. So a certain thing has not understood yet. That will be your area of interest for research. And that is going to contribute to the body of knowledge, because if you can find out what is the gap in knowledge, then you can work and you can contribute to the body of knowledge. So the next step process was reviewing literature. Then the third one is designing the research. And this is the part where you use research method. Earlier we discussed research method. So this is the place where you use research method. How you are going to collect data, your sample size, your experiment design, and experimental methods, and who are going to be your collaborators. Whether it is experimental, observational, or survey, all these things is decided at this point, designing the research. The next step is, this will be, this is second, this is third. Then comes the fourth. Fourth is data collection. You have to collect data based on research design. The way you have designed your research, you have to collect data. Which are the parameters you are going to measure? All those things you have to decide while collecting your data. The next fifth step is data analysis. You have collected data now because you have a formulated topic, review literature, and got the gap areas in terms of knowledge in the field. Then you want to add new knowledge to those gap areas. Then you design your experiment. Then you collected data, and then you have to do the data analysis. Data analysis, you have to use some sort of a statistical and analytical process you will using. Maybe you are using also computer software, and then you have to present your data in a meaningful way. From your experimental raw data, you have to process it using statistical, analytical methods, and then present it in a meaningful way. That is the fifth step process. Then the final sixth step process is the writing up. So once you have now analyzed the data and you have got some result, now you have to disseminate. You have to write it up, publish in a good journal, so that your result will be known to people. So methodology includes all these 6-step processes. In fact, in subsequent lectures, one by one, we will take each step processes and try to learn more in detail. That was the things in subsequent lectures you will see. And some of the things you must remember while doing research. You must consider following facts very carefully. The first one is impact of research bias. When you do a research, don't look for a specific solution before the research. So avoid let me write, while doing research, must consider following factors very carefully. First, impact of research bias. This you must avoid. Before doing the research, don't think of a specific solution or you are going to get this result. Keep an open mind. And next is access to data. When you are doing a research, this data must be always accessible to you. Because when you publish something, if somebody asks some question, you should be able to answer using the data should be always with you. And you must also always try to optimize time, because when you do a PhD, you have 5 year time. So you must optimize time and other resources. And you must, when you are doing research, you must also have a provision or option validating validity, wait a minute, validity and reliability of data. Suppose you have collected some data, you must validate it that data you have got are genuine. It is not coming due to some mistake or something. It must be reliable. So you must, in your research, set some parameters and procedure to validate your data. And basically set the parameters and schedule to validate data. This is important because you may get some numbers, some experimental numbers, but whether those numbers are correct or wrong. Sometimes, uh, in a particular setup, you do some known experiment and then you study a unknown thing. So that is how sometimes your research work is done. So that way you can validate your research design, your experimental setup can be validated. And always remember ethical issues. Don't do any avoid plagiarism. uh, you do should be disclosed. Disclosed to others. You cannot hide anything. You should disclose whatever you are doing. Yeah, these are things you must remember while doing research. The last thing what I would like to tell you is after all these things, there is no one best way for undertaking all research. Each research, each topic is different. Every time you face different problems. Suppose while doing experiment, you face certain problem. Then your friend may be facing some different problem in the same experiment. So you have to learn during the process of keeping yourself, keep yourself, in the process of doing the research, learning. Every day you should learn something new. That is the way you should do the research. So I have finally a last question for you. Each of you describe how you have decided on your research topic. एक लिख देते हैं. You have a class question. So each of you should be able to answer how you have decided your thesis title, research topic. That's all for the day. If any of you have any question, please come forward and ask. Any question from anybody? Otherwise, I will ask. So tomorrow we have any question? Anybody has any question from today's presentation? नहीं है कुछ question? Okay, then I will ask question in the next lecture. Suppose you are not asking question, then I will have to ask. Okay, if anybody has no question, then we will stop over here. Thank you all.